there, everybody. It's Mike DeLisio with another Dice Tower Daily Unboxing. At the time of the filming of this unboxing, we are midway through October, getting close to the end of October, the time period where many of us here, at least in the United States, are thinking about Halloween and all things scary. One of the most famous frightening movies is Night of the Living Dead, and here we've got a board game based off of Night of the Living Dead and the Zombicide game system coming from Command Games. 1 to 6 players in about an hour. All right, what if you were the heroes of Night of the Living Dead, the famous zombie movie by George A. Romero? Take on the leading roles as survivors fighting together against ghouls controlled by the game itself. So, Zombicide is a miniatures-based dungeon crawl game that has been around for a number of years. There have been different iterations of the Zombicide system, and this is the latest one just in this Night of the Living Dead zombie universe. So let's take a look inside. We probably are going to be looking at some minis. That's kind of a calling card of the Zombicide games. Here's our rule book, and it is quite substantial, and that's could be from, there might be missions and such inside. We'll take a look. Here we go. We've got our overview, our setup, player dashboards, which is something that's been around since, I think, Zombicide Black Plague might be the first one that introduced those. I could be wrong on that. Here's our game overview. We've got the players phase, the ghouls phase, and the end phase. It's a cooperative game, so winning and losing is going to be based off of if the game is lost whenever a starting survivor has been eliminated, when the scene objectives can no longer be fulfilled, or when a specified losing condition is met. The game is won immediately when all of the scene objectives have been accomplished. So since it's cooperative, you all either win or lose together. Line of sight and movement. The Zombicide system is relatively clean and simple with those types of things. They try to keep things relatively simple with the line of sight and movement and things along those lines. We've got different modes, inventory, the ghouls, the different types of ghouls here, the walker, the breaker, the fatty, the relative, and your player phase, moving and searching, a door action, a barricade action, reorganizing and trading, combat, which is going to be a huge part of the game, as you might imagine. You've got some car actions as well, and then the ghouls phase where they activate and they're going to be coming at you and trying to cause damage, spawning. And then combat, as I said, will probably be a relatively big part of the game. Weapon traits and special equipment and different terrain, additional game modes. All right, so yeah, and then these are the different scenarios, okay? And so this is where much of the book is made up of these different scenarios, where it's going to show you how to set it up, what the objectives are, winning conditions, etc. All right, let's look at some of the character cards. Okay, so got Barbara here and different, looks like abilities on one side. Maybe they're starting and maybe what they can upgrade to. Not sure about that, but we can at least take a look at the art on those. All right. Here are our player dashboards, and I'm going to check. I don't know. Yes, I don't need to take out all of them. I'll just take out one to show you. Basically, you can see that the character card's going to go there. You're going to have a little slider down here that will allow you to keep track of, oftentimes it's health. You've got areas here for equipment. You've got damage, pegs that can go in there, and cards that can slot right up in here. Here you've got those pegs that I was referring to that can go into these spots. Here we've got some bases for miniatures. Looks like we've got some dice here, which are standard D6s. But I can show you a couple of them, why not? All right, but they are standard D6s. Okay. We've got a whole lot of these mini cards, so let's kind of flip through those and take a look at what we've got here. Looks like we've got some of our different ghouls. All right, and their stats. Okay, all of the different types. And we've got some of our equipment, crowbars and table legs and Winchesters. Lots of those different types of weapons, both ranged and melee. Flammable liquid. All right, so I think you get an idea there. A whole lot of mini cards that are going to be coming into play. That's going to be mostly the minis. And I'm not going to undo the tiles, but I will just show you kind of the art on those. But they're nice, thick tiles that are standard for command games. All right, and you can see the little pieces in the cards and such. All right, well, you know what? Now I'm saying I'm not going to show you. I figure they're not just area tiles. Maybe I'll show you a little bit more so you can get a better look at that. Why not? Even if I don't unpunch them, you can at least take a look at them. All right, so here we've got some double-sided location tiles. All right. Looks like house interiors on one side and exteriors on the other side, cornfields and such, which makes sense from the movie. And then we do have a few other tiles as far as boards and things along those and cars. Okay, so sure, we took a look at them. Why not? Why not, eh? All right, now let's take a look at some of these minis, which are often the big draw of these Zombicide games. There's been some jostling around, but I'm just going to kind of show you some of these. I'm not going to pull all of these out, but they're going to be probably familiar to anyone who's played a Zombicide game, kind of the build and the quality of these minis. Painters, I know, oftentimes do a great job with painting these up. I'm not a painter, so I can't speak to that. I do know that I've seen many pictures that make me quite envious. All right, I'm just going to show you a sample of a few of these so you can kind of see the different molds and get an idea for the quality just based off of a cursory glance here. Okay, those are, it's like mostly, there's ghouls and heroes there, it looks like. This tape is being a little bit challenging for me. Alright, I'm just going to show you a couple of these because, like I said, the tape is really causing me some issues. All right, well, I think that gives us a pretty good idea of the types of minis we're going to find within Night of the Living Dead. Thank you for watching another Dice Tower Daily Unboxing.